Today I am flying to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, but this is not the flight that's going to get me there. This is my first flight, and it lands 1 hour and 5 minutes before my next flight departs into Dubai or from Dubai. So the question is, when we land, am I going to make my connecting flight? Let's find out. So we are about 20 minutes late from departing. We're just taxiing now to 27 right or London Heathrow Airport. So hopefully we get up in the air and we can land in good time. But I don't know, am I going to make this flight? We shall see. So we finally lifted off, and my next flight departs from Dubai at 6:55 in the morning. And just looking, finally the displays come up. We're going to be landing approximately bottom there 6:05. So that gives me 50 minutes from wheels down to getting through or getting off the plane, walking to security, and then finding the gate. The big question will be, what gate am I going to be going from? Because if this comes in, for example, on A gates, and the connecting flight is going from B gates, that means I've got to get the train. So it's still doable. I definitely might make it. I'm not sure about my luggage, but the race is on. Let's see what happens. I've managed to grab about 3 hours sleep, and looking at the digital display over here, we are 90 minutes from landing. Just actually having a breakfast. They've just served breakfast. I'm not quite sure what it is. They haven't turned the lights on. We've got some fruit, a roll, some yogurt, which is nice, and I'm not quite sure what that is. I'll have to be honest. I might have to look at the menu, but anyway, I'll have my breakfast. That should give me some energy. I have to say it's looking good. It's looking good. We're looking at landing 6 a.m. Connecting flight leaves at 6:55 a.m. So that's 55 minutes to get off this plane, through the airport, and on to the next one. We should make it, shouldn't we? We are 39 minutes from landing, and I don't know what gate we're coming in on yet. And usually on the Emirates flights, they have this thing on the screen where they show their connections, where we are landing and where the next flights are leaving from. It's not working. It's not showing any information. So I've tried to connect to the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is not working, so it's going to be a waiting game. Hopefully by the time we land, I'll connect to 4 or 5G and find out where my connecting gate is going. But it really does matter where we're landing. As I said, if we land at A gates and my flight is departing from B or C gates, then it's not just security, but it's also the train. So fingers crossed we actually land at exactly the same gates that my connecting flight is going from. But as I said, I've got two choices when I land. I'm either going to make the flight or I'm not going to make the flight. We're 38 minutes from landing. What time does it say? Estimated time of arrival is 5:55. My connecting flight leaves at 6:55. So although we departed Heathrow a little bit later, we've definitely made up some time and should only be due to land about 5 minutes past the scheduled landing time. Let's hope there's not too much traffic. I'm just looking out the window. It's quite foggy morning out there at the moment, but we're currently at 32,000 feet and we've just started our descent. So here we go. So we're coming into land and it's 5:57. So should be okay. We're kind of like almost on time, and fingers crossed. Find out what gate we're arriving into, and that will help me work out how long it's going to take me to get to my next gate, which is A20. So as we're looking at this video here, we've got A gates on the left and B gates, C gates on the right. So I'm really hoping that as we make our way down here, I think I just heard him say we're parking at Concourse C, which means it could be a long walk then a train ride, and then a long walk to gate A20. It's not ideal, but anyway, at least I get the steps in today. Okay, so we just left the plane. It's 11 minutes past 6. I think we're at Seagate, so I'm just going to find the long walk to connections. Fortunately, I was at the front of business class, so it didn't take too long to get off. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. One of the good things about sitting towards the front of the plane, or very close to the actual doors, if I'm in economy or premium economy, sitting in the front section, is it's nice to get off quickly. So there was nobody waiting for me. Hello. There was nobody waiting for me with my name, which is probably a good sign. I've had tight connections before. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to turn right. And my name isn't there either. Oh, I can just see somebody with a sign here. Have I still got time to make the Jeddah flight?
Yeah, sir. I'll take you to a bus station there. Yeah.
Okay. Is it better to go on the bus or train?
Bus is better. It's
Okay.
faster, yeah.
Okay.
Just I'll wait for another passenger.
Sure. Okay, so there was somebody waiting. Sorry, I'm documenting this. Don't worry, you're not in it.
No.
Unless you want to be a star.
No, we're not allowed to.
No, I know you're not. I know.
Jeddah.
So, got off quickly, but there is a nice young man here waiting for me. I'm going to get on the bus and make our way to A gates, and hopefully won't be too long.
Gates, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Once you get off the bus in A gates, you look for A20, yeah.
Yeah, I know where that is.
No problem. I'll just call them.
Fortunately, I've travelled extensely through this airport, and as soon as I knew we were coming in on Sea Gates, I was like, no, no, don't do this to me.
No problem. We'll make it.
Yeah, no worries.
You don't have to walk that much, please.
No, it's
Because
fine.
if you go by walking, it's going to take you a long walk.
I did think that, going all the way to B gates to go through security, then wait for the train.
And then from B, you have to go to train station.
Train station, yeah, exactly. Okay. So I feel like a salmon at the moment because everyone else is coming off these flights and walking towards me, but I'm walking the other way. This is in my nearly 15 years of travelling. This is the first time I've ever had to be escorted to my next flight. I did book this flight with a very tight connection, only because I was finishing work early. Finishing work quite late today. Normally I'd have got the earlier flight out of Heathrow, but just couldn't make that today. But just going to go through security now. Okay. Going through here. So yeah, in all my years of travel, I have never been escorted on a connecting flight ever, and I was really hoping that on this flight, which was already very tight with an hour and 5 minutes, I was really hoping that we would be landing at the same gates that the connecting flight was departing from. But no, fate has conspired against me on that one. So yeah, I'm on this bus, which I always find a little bit frustrating with buses. Although it would have been a long walk to the train is quite rapid and quite quick. Whereas when you're in a bus, you've got all this airside traffic that you've got to contend with as well. But anyway, we're on our way. The flight leaves in 35 minutes, and I'm nowhere near the gate at the moment. But I reckon within 10 minutes, I will be where I need to be. Fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes. Just on the other side of the barriers, you can see there is the arrivals and the car park. And just over there is the Holiday Inn Express, and that just happened to be the very, very first hotel that I ever stayed in when I first came to Dubai in 2011. Oh, come on. don't stop, let's keep going. So you can see the Holiday Inn Express just in the distance there. It was an okay hotel, but it was a little bit soul destroying. Quite basic rooms, and I was here for a couple of days working with the RTA all the way back in 2011. And every time I see that hotel, it always reminds me of where my journey coming into Dubai kind of like began. Since then, I've been here more than 200 times, and I would imagine that number will continue to increase because I absolutely love coming to Dubai. But I'm not staying in Dubai on this trip. I'm still waiting to connect to my next flight. Come on, let's go. So through the window there on the left side, you can see the end of the B gates. C gates go all the way to the back. That's where we've come from, and the A gates are just on the right-hand side. I have to say, this bus is because there's a lot of airport traffic, obviously, and they have to follow their road traffic laws, even airside. I reckon I could have been quicker had I walked through, got security, got the train, because I'm a quick walker. I reckon it would have been an awful lot quicker, but I never know. It's 6:24 now, and just leaving the end of B gates, nearly at A gates, but there's a traffic jam in front of us. Am I going to make it? Over there, Emirates headquarters, and just at the top there, just around the corner, you can see kind of there's an open spot. It's a nice place to come and watch the planes if you ever get a chance to come to Emirates HQ. There's also a Costa on the other side of there as well. I do believe it's only for Emirates staff or Emirates visitors, etc. But I might be wrong on that, actually. I've only ever been there with my son and his wife. But it was a good place to do a bit of plane spotting. We're just arriving under Concourse A at the moment, 6:27. My flight leaves in 28 minutes. Why is it that whenever you're in a rush, like, traffic just feels really slow? Like, every stop that we make, every traffic light that we get to, just feels like 19 hours instead of 19 seconds. This concept of time changes depending on the environment, the pressure, and the consequences of being late, I guess. Anyway, we should be arriving at the entrance to Concourse A from the bus really shortly. 6:28 now. Oh man, this is one of the tightest connections I've ever done. I still don't know if I'm going to make it. I think I will. The question is, will my luggage make it? That's a whole different story, and I'm only going to find that out when I get to Jeddah. But we'll see. Round to hopefully the drop-off point now. At gates, we're just currently under gate A2. And my connecting flight is from gate A20. So I don't know how long it's going to take to get there. It's like every time, let me just show you, we keep getting caught in these traffic lights airside, which just adds an extra couple of seconds, but it just feels like hours every time. But we shall see. We shall see. It's exciting, isn't it? Maybe I need to do tight connections all the time. Save me sitting in an airport for 3 hours, twiddling my thumbs. But anyway, we're nearly there. Well, we're nearly at the drop-off point. Feel free to put your foot down, driver. Let's get going. Come on. And then when these doors open, I am going to give it legs. Absolutely leg it to gate A20. Okay, so it looks like we're pulling in to the bus stop at the moment. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can kind of like see the journey. Let's see what happens. My doors are opening. Come through here. Thank you. A20 Jeddah.
Jeddah, okay. Can we see your boarding pass?
Of course, it's just there, my friend.
Thank you. Sequence 300, okay? 300. Please come with me.
Thank you. Again, I have been met off the bus So they know I'm coming. They know I haven't just ignored the boarding. But as I said, I think I'll make it. The question is, will my luggage? I don't know. It might not. And weirdly, the only other time I've had a very tight connection, because of a delayed flight, which was last year. I had another 1 hour. Transfer. This was coming from Shanghai back to London, but I did make it. Looks like I need to go through. Thank you. Okay, so I've got to go through security. Excuse me. I've got to go through security, so I've got to stop filming now. See you on the other side. Got through security. Also got told off because as I was coming through the narrow bit, 2 passengers turned around, and yes, I bumped into them, but they're the ones who went against the traffic. Anyway, come through security. Didn't take too long. And where are we at the moment? 6:35 in the morning. I'm just coming up to the main departure area now. Unfortunately, gate A20 is one of the end ones, I know that. So it's this way. So I had a quick look on the Dubai map and or to the Dubai Airport map, and noticed that gate 8 A2020 was kind of like towards the end, which means just a little bit more walking. To be fair, this is another reason, one of the other reasons I don't travel with a trolley bag. I used to travel with a trolley bag and a rucksack. Now I just carry a rucksack. Just makes it a little bit easier to navigate. As I've come out of security, loads of people are waiting for the escalators. But next to the escalators are stairs, and they're empty, so it makes walking up them just a little bit quicker. So, gate A18 to A23, I'm looking for A20, A20. Shouldn't be too long now. When I got off the bus, they did radio through to let them know that I was on the way. So next gate is 22, so it looks like I'm 2 gates away. Shouldn't take too much longer. Again, another reason why I wear kind of like trainers when I travel. 1, because they're super comfortable. 2, it gives you the ability to walk quickly without hurting your feet. So I can see getting a little bit closer as we walk along here. A gates are busy this morning. I suppose it's possibly some of the commuter flights and some of the flights coming in from all over the world. That's what makes Dubai such a hub of an airport. So, as I round this corner, I should see a pretty empty gate, and I can see Jeddah. And here we are. All right, so let's give my boarding pass to this nice man and say, please let me on the flight. Thanks, brother. Hi, thank you. How are you? Yeah, good, thanks. Glad I made it. Got the green light, thank you very much. Okay, so through, and as you can imagine, because I'm probably one of the last passengers here, the gate is pretty empty. In fact, it's not pretty empty, it is empty. But there we go. So that was London Heathrow to boarding the flight from Dubai to Jeddah. It was a new experience. I was a little bit irritated. That lady, just as we went into security, you know, I was in a rush and two people then turned back on me. I kind of like tripped over their trolley case, and yeah, I did bump into them, but it wasn't intentional. And then I had somebody come and kind of like tell me off. Anyway, that's done and we move on. So I hope you enjoy this epic adventure. It's time now to get on board and just relax. This is a 3-hour flight scheduled, and usually it takes about 2.5 hours. And I'm going to get some sleep because it is 2:40, I think 2:40 in the morning or 3:40 in the morning UK. And although I did sleep a little bit on that previous flight, I'm definitely feeling a little bit jaded now. So I've just woken up from a nap, managed to get some sleep, which is nice. We're 47 minutes away from landing in Jeddah. It's a very quiet flight, only 10 passengers in business class today, and they very kindly brought me my lovely breakfast, which looks ridiculously tasty. So I'm just going to tuck into this, and then it should be time to land and get some of that Saudi Arabia Jeddah hospitality, the airport experience. I wonder what that will be like. So we're coming off EK 805, we're heading to immigration, and into the arrivals as well. Now, I will say, the first time I ever came to Jeddah, I swore I'd never come back. That was 2013. And the reason I said I would never come back is because it took 4.5 hours from getting off the plane to leaving the airport, not getting to the hotel, to leaving the airport. The airport experience was horrible. This is my 4th or maybe 5th visit since last year, 2024. And I have to say, the airport experience is so much better. In fact, the last time I came, from wheels down to getting into the hotel, it was actually less than an hour. So we come up here and then come down these escalators. This is going to take us kind of like into arrivals, and what we will need to do. Salam alaikum. So we come down here, and you can get a train. So as you come down here, you just make your way. Ooh, let me come back again. You can see baggage claim, and you can get a train to passport control, arrivals, etc., and baggage reclaim. It is also possible to walk it. In fact, when I leave, and you'll see it on another video, or maybe later this video, when you leave, what you can do is you can actually walk. You don't have to get the train. I think it says 10 minutes. I've done it in a lot less, but then I'm a bit of a quick walker. I seem to have been one of the first people off. I don't know why. I always seem to be one of the first people off flights. I suppose being a frequent traveller, you kind of like get used to how things work. What's really interesting, last year I came here and I went to the Red Sea Mall, and I got chatting to 2 young ladies in the Under Armour store, and they asked me, had I been to Jeddah before? And I said, yeah, the last time was 2013. And they said to me, what have you noticed has changed since 2013? And my reply was, well, in 2013, we wouldn't be having this conversation because Saudi Arabia was so different back then. There was a lot of segregation. I couldn't sit in a restaurant with females or with families, so I'd have to sit in a restaurant with only men. But I have to say, coming back here last year for the very first time, I realised that it's changed massively. Probably still got a long way to go. No, not even a long way to go. It's got a little bit of a way to go, but, we come to their country, we've got to follow their laws, and if you don't like it, don't come to their country, sort of thing. Anyway, we're coming round what I call the Michael McIntyre route, and this will take us, as you see, along here, and this will take us to the train. You can see up on the side there, it says all arrivals, baggage reclaim, domestic transfers, but not international transfers. But I'm not transferring on this flight. And just along here, as I said, you can walk. I am going to get the train today, just because I'm feeling a bit lazy. Now, I'm very mindful. A lot of people come here for Hajj, obviously to visit Mecca. So I'm going to be really cautious about what images I share, particularly of other people. If you watched any of my videos, you know I don't like recording other people, just because I think it's, people don't like to be recorded if they don't want to be. And so I'm going to make sure, let's get that camera back on me. I'm going to do my best to make sure that we don't video anybody. I don't know what's happening with my camera here. Oh, look at that. The train has literally just arrived. And this is the train we will get back. Salam alaikum. So here we go. This is on the train now. That's going to be our destination. And this train ride normally takes just a couple of minutes. And then through to immigration. Okay, so the whole train ride was less than 45 seconds in total. So you get off here, you come through and you head towards baggage claim. Passport control is just ahead. I will clearly stop recording at this point because recording in passport control anywhere is just definitely not advised. So as I was passing passport control, as I was approaching passport control, one of the one of the airport workers approached me and said, where are you going? And I said, oh, passport control. And they directed me to the e-gates. Now, I didn't know that we could use the e-gates. Didn't know if I had to register. Anyway, so I put my passport in, scan my face, and then I come. And again, I can use the e-gates in Saudi Arabia, but I can't use the e-gates in France or Holland or Netherlands or Spain or whatever because of Brexit. But that was absolutely fantastic. Anyway, that was really quick. Our belt is belt 11. There's no movement on belt 11 yet, so I'm just going to go to the toilet, and then I'm going to make my way to the hotel. So I have to say, again, the airport experience that I've had in Saudi Arabia today compared to 2013, massively, massively different. Anyway, that's my tour of coming in to into Jeddah in King Abdul Aziz Airport. I'll continue as we go through customs and make my way through to the car park and meet my driver, and then I'll do another video exiting in a few days' time when I leave. So one thing that is plainly obvious to anyone who's comparing this new airport, which opened in 2018, is that it is significantly more modern, newer, comfortabler, cleaner, and just easier to navigate than the old airport. Just waiting for the bags now, and then we'll make our way through to arrivals and hopefully find my driver. So with that less than 1 hour transit time in Dubai Airport, the question is, did my luggage make it? I've just checked because I've got an Apple tag in my suitcase. So I've just checked and it does say that my suitcase is in Jeddah. So just waiting for it to arrive now. Let's find out. The flight itself wasn't that busy, so I'm not expecting too many bags to be coming out, and there's not that many people waiting around baggage reclaim. So hopefully it won't take too long. And the good news, it's here. Well played, Emirates. Okay, got way straight through customs, no problems at all. And then coming out into kind of like the main arrivals area. Now all I've got to do is find out where my driver is. I've checked WhatsApp and I haven't had a message, and on my previous visits here I've always had a WhatsApp message, and I actually didn't check to see if I've got an airport pickup booked. I think I have, but we'll find out. Will I find somewhere with my name on? Let's find out. As you can see, come around here, and it's so busy. So I'm gonna head over this side. But that's Hajj groups. I don't want Hajj or Umrah, so maybe I'll come around this side. Let's see if I can find anybody with a name. No. This is a little bit chaotic because I don't know where taxis normally wait. So I can't see any other drivers with signs. What I might do is just ping the hotel a WhatsApp message, because then they can confirm to me whether they've actually got a driver booked for me. But at the moment I can't see anybody at the moment. I think I'm gonna maybe just come around the other side, maybe the other side where I came from before. It's a bit weird that they have kind of like two exits. It would be a lot nicer if they just had the one exit, but I went right because they had, on the left it said meeting point for Hajj and Umrah, which are the people who are coming to visit Mecca, I think. I don't know, I'm not an expert in this area, but there's more people along here. So maybe if I come along here and see just up here, there's a few more people, and that will give me a clue. See if they did actually book me a driver. If I can't find anyone here, what I'll do is, yes. There we go. Is it?
Mr. Thomas, sir?
It is, yes. Thank you, brother. That's me. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, brother.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah.
Fantastic. Sorry we were a little bit late landing, and then...
Delay, sir. 20-25 minutes.
Yeah. And then the luggage took a long time, you know? So,
No problem.
fantastic. What's your name, my friend?
Just Karim, sir.
Kareem.
Yes.
Kareem. So my driver today is Kareem.
Oh,
Hello, Kareem. There you go. I love the hospitality here. So we're going to make our way to the car park now. Are we going up in the elevators, or are we going out that way? Okay. Fantastic. So as I said, compared to this airport in 2013, it's just so much better. Should have gone left when I came out of arrivals. Should have known better. So we're going to make our way to the car now, and I have to say, as a
1 minute wait.
sure,
I'll pay.
thanks, Kareem. So yeah, overall the airport experience today, it's been quick. I mean, we've not even been on the ground an hour yet, and I'm already with my driver. So again, if you're coming into King Abdul Aziz Airport, the arrivals, that's what it's like. First time using e-gates for me. It worked seamlessly, and as I said, I'll do another video on my departure. I'll combine them together and give you an overall view of what it's like to travel through King Abdul Aziz Airport in Jeddah. So after a successful week of work in Jeddah, it's time for me to fly back home, and I'm going back to the UK, and I'm going via Dubai. But this is a video about the outbound trip from Jeddah. One of the things I like about this airport is, as you come to all the different gates here, or the check-in, you've got A, B, C, D, E, and it actually tells you which airlines as well. I'm flying Emirates, so I'm going from the drop-off point of E. As I mentioned on the incoming thing, this terminal is new. And as you can see, it looks pretty shiny, although they are doing a little bit of building work just towards the end. But let's go inside and see what the check-in procedure is like. So I'm going to come in through gate E1, and I've flown through here before, and if I remember, as I go through these doors, first thing will be that the temperature will be a lot more hospitable. It's very warm here today. It's coming up to 39 degrees. Summer is definitely on its way in the Middle East. And then if I bear left, there we go, at E2. I can see the Emirates check-in desk. So let's make our way over there. But all the entrances, as you come in, they've got these big signs which will give you a little bit of advice about where your check-in is. You can see them up on there. But I'm heading towards the Emirates check-in, and I'm going to be joining the business class check-in because fortunately I'm flying business class again today, which is very nice. It's about a 2.5 hour trip back to Dubai, and the flight leaves at about 8:10 in the evening, and I'm going to be having a sleep. Hello, how are you today? I'm very well, thank you. Don't worry, you're not on camera, it's only me. I'm videoing only myself. There's my passport. I'm going to London Heathrow. Oh.
You have a Saudi phone number?
No, not yet.
Maybe soon, yeah?
Maybe, who knows? It's a great country.
Thank you.
I always like coming here.
Did you choose the seat?
I did. 7 kilo it should be.
Only one luggage to check in?
Yes, got my hair products in there. Oh, I left my hair in the hotel safe. Darn it. Looks like it's quite a quiet flight today by the looks of it.
It's a quiet season these days. Because of the pilgrims.
I love this weather.
Really?
Yeah. Well, when I land tomorrow morning in London Heathrow, I land at 7 a.m. The weather forecast tomorrow is about 8 degrees and rain. Now, you like that. I get that all the time, so I hate it. I like the sun because I don't get it.
To this weather.
Exactly, exactly.
We're used to the sun.
Yeah.
Heat. Every day.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
Have you handbag? The rain.
I have my Dora the Explorer backpack. It is already tagged, yes. I didn't take it off. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Thank you. It's always like to, I don't know, I'm a bit of a dad, I suppose, so I like to make dad jokes. Did make them laugh when I said my suitcase was full of my hair products. So we make our way from the check-in. And as I mentioned, the flight today looks really quiet, which is nice. I flew out of here in February. It's currently May, and I flew out of here in February, and the temperature was a lot nicer, and the flight was full. And I was lucky enough to get upgraded to first class on there. Now, as always, I'm kind of like coming through here, making my way through to security. And of course, the first bit on the left is domestic. A little bit further is international departures. That's obviously where I'm going to be going. And of course, I will be stopping videoing because you do not video in the secure areas. So I'll pick the video up on the other side. Okay, so I went through passport control and security within about 90 seconds. I actually tried the e-gates and it didn't let me pass. I had to go and speak to somebody, but it was fine. Went, showed my passport, showed my boarding pass, and then straight through to security. Coming through security, which was really, really quick, coming down these escalators. This will take you towards the train. And as I mentioned on the inbound, yes, you can take the train or you can walk. And for you, darling viewers, I am going to walk. The train is just boarding, so it's likely I'm going to miss this one anyway. But I'm going to walk, and the reason I'm going to walk is because I'm going to be sitting down for a long time, and therefore kind of like just makes a little bit more sense to get some steps in. I haven't quite closed my activity rings for the day, so I think it says on there, it says approximately 10-minute walk, but to be fair, it doesn't actually really take that long. You can do a lot quicker. So to do this thing, I'll move you back. There we go. Right, so you've got the train on the left, you've got the train on the left and the right. The train on the left is just going. But as I've mentioned, if you just keep walking here, it says, there you go, it says 4 gates, A9 to A12 and A21 to A24. It's a 8 to 10 minute walk. So it's 5:37 at the moment. I'm not going to power walk it, I've got plenty of time. But I will see how long it takes. So 5:37, let's see how long it takes. You come through here, you can go up the stairs or go up the escalator. I'm going to go up the escalator, but I'm going to walk it. I will say my backpack today is quite heavy. I have a change of clothes, and I've also got like a jacket, because although it's 39 degrees here, when I land in London tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be significantly colder than it is here. So they've got a walkulator, and I am going to walk along the walkulator. You can see it just says departure gates. You can actually see on the left hand side there are some of the departure gates, so it kind of like swings back on itself, and on the right hand side as well it swings back on itself. So the whole process of actually checking in, the Emirates check-in staff, as you heard, said that it was a really quiet flight today, and I guess that means that there's just less people, so getting through customs was pretty quick. But I have to say, on every trip that I've done, even the trip that I did in February when I came here, the Emirates flight was full. That's when I got upgraded from business to first class, and even though it was full, just took no time at all to get through security. So I'm literally, I'll show you now, I'm now into the departure area. You see I'm on gate 09 and it's 5:39. So it took 2 minutes to get to this part. Now, that said, this airport is huge. And so if I'm going from gate A24, it's probably for me, and the pace that I walk at, probably a good, maybe another 10-15 minutes. So if you do have mobility issues, it's definitely worth getting the train. If you're running late, depending if you've caught the train or not, it might be worth doing the walk and walking quickly. And of course you can walk along the travelators to save a little bit of time. So what I'll do is I will, as we're in this area, what I will do next is as we get a little bit closer to the centre part, very close to where the train disembarks the passengers, I will show you, there's a central area, and that's where you get a lot of shops and a lot of restaurants. But as always with these airports, there are always the random coffee shops and traveller needs that you can see dotted along the way. But there is a central area, so I'll give you a quick video of that when I get there. So when I came here last year in 2024, one of the things I noticed was connecting to the airport Wi-Fi was impossible. It just didn't connect, and I think at the time you may have needed a Saudi number. Of course, I don't have a Saudi phone number, so it just wouldn't let me connect. I've just connected now, so it's the, let me see if I can share it with you. I don't know if you can see that. There we go, so it's the KAIA free Wi-Fi. Didn't need email, didn't need a phone number, just brings up the loading page and then asks you to go click connect now, and it worked straight away. And I just tested the connectivity, and for me at the moment it's working really, really well. So that's a massive improvement from 2024. And back then I didn't have roaming data that I do now. So that would have been useful a year ago, because I got to the airport and I actually couldn't let anyone know that I was okay and that I was ready to fly until we got on board and got the free airplane Wi-Fi. So it does work. I haven't actually tested the speed of it. Oh no, I've just said that and it's disconnected. Maybe because I'm walking, it's gone back to my 5G. So I'll give you a bit of an update on that when I've stopped walking. So it's now 5:45. I haven't stopped walking. I'm kind of like making my way to the central area, and then after I finish this video, I'll make my way through to the Emirates Business Lounge and grab some dinner. As I said, it's coming up to 6 o'clock, so it's at that time where I need some food. But have a look. This airport is huge, and unless there's a flight leaving from a gate nearby, there's plenty of space to move away from people and get a little bit of space. It's one thing I really do like about this new airport. The old airport, it's not. You can't even compare it. It's literally chalk and cheese. The difference is ridiculously obvious, and it's actually a real pleasure to walk through this airport. So I'm kind of like getting closer to the central area now. Some food and some snacks you can see. And just look how kind of like empty it is. You almost feel like there should be more passengers here. But that's just one gate. I know that I've been places and other gates are really, really busy. So as we come along on the left-hand side, we're going to bear left a little bit, and I believe this should take us through to this central concourse area. And I'll just give you a little bit of a guide. There's some shops on the ground floor, and I believe there's some restaurants on the upper floor. As always, the business lounges are typically in this area. The Emirates Business Lounge is slightly further away. I'll walk you to that a little bit later as I begin to close this tour of Jeddah Airport out. So if you're coming here, you want to buy a watch, there you go. You can buy a watch or some sunglasses. I don't know if anybody ever comes to an airport and thinks, do you know what I really need? I need a watch. There you go. It is what it is. So I'm just going to, I can see a family walking towards me with children, so I'm just going to turn the camera around on me. If you watch any of my videos, you will know I do not like filming people if they don't know about it, and they certainly don't want to be filmed. So let's have a look at this area here. It's a weird airport in a way, because you do get a little bit lost. Now, I thought I was in the central area. I am not in the central area. So I'm just going to go right. Let's make my way along here. And I think up ahead I can see a red banner, which tells me that's very close to the Emirates Lounge. But I'm just going to see if I can give you a bit of a guide to the central area. I thought it was back there, but maybe I'm mistaken. As I said, this airport is huge, and I remember the first time I came through it, I actually struggled to follow the number system for the gates, which is so simple because it's gate A1 to like A37. I mean, how odd can that be? But apparently I was a bit of an idiot because I found it very difficult. Okay, so this is the Emirates Lounge, which is close to gate A28B, which I believe is where our flight is going. So I'm just going to go back to where I was, but I do want to show you that area. So again, if you don't have business access, you want to know where to get some food. So let's go back on myself. This is the way I've literally just come. I'm going to go past the Starbucks. and see if we can find this area where you can grab some food. Of course, you can always grab food from Starbucks. But I thought there was an area in the middle. So I'm going to head towards gate A26, go past the Starbucks here, and then maybe I'll bear left. As you can see up ahead on the left-hand side, that there's an area with a little balcony. And I know that the area that I'm looking for had kind of like multiple levels. So maybe I just accidentally walked past it earlier. You can kind of like see it up the top there. And that's where some of the, it says restaurants and cafes here. So maybe, look at that. It says the food court. I think that's why I got confused last time. Because, that's why I got confused, because it's all boarded up. So I need to go and find another way. It's a bit weird, really, because this airport is relatively new. As I said, it had a soft opening in 2018. And I'm, excuse me, I'm just wondering whether the whole thing is boarded up. And if it is, I'm sorry, I won't be able to show you it, which is a bit of a shame. But it does look like the whole thing is boarded up. So I'll keep coming around here, see if I can find a way through, but I have to say it is not looking promising. So this central area here, where you can see kind of like this circular pathway all the way round, on the inside of that is where these restaurants were, but it does look possibly like it's not open anymore, in which case I will not be able to share anything with you. But if I come around here, I don't know why I clicked that button. Oh, I keep clicking the wrong button. So I'm coming near the Pret, and then just gonna have a little look through here. So it does look like they are doing work, but there is a way in. It looks like some of the restaurants are open. So some ATMs if you want to get some money out. There we go. So this is the central area, but you can obviously see now that they're doing some work to it. You can see some restaurants on the top area there. I guess there is a way to get there. There you go. The escalators here, and then here you've got typical duty-free shops. There were more duty-free shops, but it looks like access is incredibly restricted. So there's a nice pendulum there. Quite like that. That's pretty arty. So anyway, that's the central part. So in short, then, coming into Jeddah, really superb, super efficient. Used the e-gates and was through with the luggage very, very quickly. Leaving Jeddah, I mean, where am I? It's now 5:52. So I started walking towards this at 5:37, I seem to recall, and already I'm here. So if you are coming into Jeddah, the good news is, let's just test the Wi-Fi one more time. Let's do this live. Let's do a live Wi-Fi test. So on my phone, it's still kind of lagging slightly, and I just want to check that my VPN isn't trying to connect, because sometimes that interferes with it. So it did work for a little bit. Now it's just doing that circular thing, which is a bit of a shame, because when I tried it earlier, it was looking super reliable. So maybe they've still got a little bit of work to do on their connectivity. But honestly, I was not looking forward to coming here when I came here a year ago, because of my previous experience in 2013. Today, that experience has been blown out of the water. The hospitality, the people, the infrastructure, it just works. It's a really nice, hospitable place, and the airport is very, very efficient. They've obviously put a lot of work into doing that, and it's very comfortable, particularly outbound. There's lots of places to sit, lots of places to get away from people. There are smoking areas as well, for those of you who smoke. I know that because I've passed them in the past. So all in all, I would say if you're coming through Jeddah, it's a really, really easy place to visit, really easy to get around. I wish you, if you do come to Jeddah, I wish you have as good a experience as I've had. So until the next video, thank you for watching.